going back to your college days, you're playing at Texas. You know, that Texas A&M rivalry had to be one that you always looked forward to. Really, really, you know, every year, especially with, you know, you kind of pummeled them a little bit and had some of your. I know we were talking in Ponte Vedra earlier this year. Like, that's still one of my favorite games I've ever played to this day.
My favorite game I ever played was my freshman year in College Station. So when I took my recruiting trip, I tell people if the Aggies would have recruited me, I most likely would have been an Aggie. You know, just there's something about Texas football that I wanted to be a part of. So I get to, and the Aggies were the shit in the mid-'90s. So I get to Austin, and the way they talk about the Aggies, it's like they're all 6'4", 250, and run 4.3 40s. There was a couple of them, but all of them were like that, wrecking crew defense. And I think they beat Texas like 9 out of the last 10 years or something. And so we have a good year. Last year, the Southwest Conference, and comes down to a showdown in College Station for the last conference championship. And honestly, I was scared. I had the best, literally number 1 defense in the country, and I was a fullback. So I was like, it's going to be a rough day for me. And second quarter, it was a tight game. Second quarter, they blitzed, and we ran a draw, and I just popped for like a 20-yard run. And I just got this confidence as a fullback, and ended up with 165 yards rushing and scored the winning touchdown. And that game really propelled me into like being somebody as a Longhorn. And I think that rivalry just, to me, embodied everything I wanted in college football.
Yeah, you had another big moment there when you played against them later, you know, in your career as well too. That, you know, 259 yards, a 60-yard touchdown, you know, breaking the all-time rushing record as well. So definitely a good history there for you of getting the upper hand. I
mean, by that time,
you were that guy.
I owned him. So it was kind of, you know, I came into the last game needing I needed 72 yards to break the record. And I had success, so I was relatively confident I would break the record. I didn't expect to break it on a 60-yard run like that. But to do it that way has really cemented me as a legend. I mean, I won the Heisman after that, but to have every November 27th, everyone has to watch that play over and over again. But it's against the Aggies. It's a touchdown, and it broke the record. It was like a triple crown. After that, so I say people, you know, I take pictures with the Aggies, and they're like, you know, they put the horns out. I'm like, listen, I am an Aggie fan. I would not be Ricky Williams without the Aggies. So I love you guys.
It's good to see the rivalry come back too as well.
Yes. I was pissed off they took it away because when I got to Texas, we were in the Southwest Conference, and Oklahoma was in the Big 8 Conference, and we still found a way to play each other. I didn't understand when you guys left why we couldn't still find a way to keep that game on the schedule.
It never made sense to me either. I mean, for those two teams being in a state like Texas, you should absolutely, no matter what, you know, find a way to make that game happen.
Yeah. I think everybody wins. I think something about that game, it's so powerful. I think it keeps a lot of the in-state talent in Texas Texas.
I agree. The in-state talent that they had there this year at the game, probably on, you know, both sides was crazy. And it was, you know, 8,000 people there to see it. You know, I'm obviously going to take a trip down to Austin next year and go check it out there. I haven't seen an A&M Texas game at UT before, so it'll be it'll be interesting. It's I'm definitely glad that it's back. You guys are, you know, obviously 1-0 on it being back. So it was a good game.
It was a good game.
Tough for Aggies.
Yeah.